Well, hello, everyone. This is Wilson Cole, and I'm president of Adams, Evans, and Ross. And we have a lot of private equity-owned clients. And private equity, of course, has come into staffing specifically, a little lesser in the recruiting side of it. And it can be a great way for our clients to exit, to get additional cash, to grow and to scale. But I want you to understand a couple of terms and a couple of techniques that private equity firms can use. And I always recommend that if they send you a contract over, have it looked at by an attorney, local attorney in your state that is familiar with M&A. But one of the things that I want you to keep in mind when you're dealing with private equities, and that's drag and pull. They can, let's say you sell them 20%, and later down the road, you find a company that says, oh my goodness, I'll pay you 5 times that, and you sell your 80%. They can force, before you can sell your 80%, they get cashed out at that same price for their 20%. The other is that they can force a sell. If you're not producing the revenues that they had hoped, they can force a sell. So just be careful on that. Also, take a look at your financing, because one of the things when it comes to private equity is it's a money and it's a finance game. And you look at it and say, Wilson, we've got 5 loans, 2 loans, 1 loan, 1 20-year loan on this or that. I can assure you that the private equity firm is going to look at that and see if they can be more efficient with their lending than what you've been. They're, again, in a way to capture the value. So get familiar with the terms that private equity use, get familiar with the techniques that they utilize, and realize that sometimes they'll come to you and they'll say, okay, fine, we'll pay you $1 million, but we'll pay you a third of it now, and then the rest of it's going to be over a period of time. That buyout, they will find reasons not to pay the full amount. And then also, if you ever hear the term discount rate, it's $100,000, but the discount rate's 20%. It's no longer $100,000, it's $80,000 under that scenario. And that discount rate is how they factor in their risk. Their argument is valid from the aspect of if you figure the best or the safest, at least at this writing, is a U.S. Treasury bond. They're paying 4%. So it's 0 is no longer the risk factor. It's 4. So are you more risky than a Treasury bond? And if you are, how much risky are you? And they'll use that discount factor for that. They'll also use terms like hurdle rate. And sometimes the hurdle rate is the least that they're going to buy a business for with the discount rate. They can say, well, our discount or our hurdle rate is 35%. So in that scenario, if it's $1 million, it's no longer $1 million sell. It's a $650,000 sell because their hurdle rate is 35%. So kind of that in mind. Get very familiar with those terms before you try to negotiate with private equity in itself. I mean, I'm kind of neutral on it one way or the other. It certainly has some benefits. But one thing I can assure you is you are dealing with some very sophisticated folks in most cases, and they understand finance at a degree that just boggles the mind. And so make sure that you have, if you don't have that skill set, make sure that you have somebody on your team that does. And sometimes that can be help with bankers, other business people, your attorneys, things along those lines. But those are some of the terms that you need to remember whenever you're dealing with private equity, and some of the terms that they may use and what that actually would mean. Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Adams, Evans, and Ross. And if you like the video, please make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. If you'd like to learn more about our company, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com. And also remember, if there's no collection, there's absolutely no cost at all.